Welcome back to Idaho Trailheads. My name's Hunter Elliott, and this is my dog, Tuck Elliott, always running off. Actually, he's got a stick this time. Today we are going to be hiking the East Fork of Scout Mountain. There are two different versions to this hike on all trails. There's a 5-mile version and then there's an 8-mile version. Today we're going to be doing the 5-mile. It has an average 2 hours and 30 minutes to complete. So let's just get on the road. Let's get going. Here's an East Mink Creek Corridor Revitalization Project. You can pause and read all of that if you're interested. Today, this hike was the most crowded that I have ever seen it. There was 7 cars plus my own. I've never seen this hike be that crowded. My anxiety will have to just stay at bay. When I'm on a hike or when I'm recording things, I don't want to talk to people. I just want to be alone in nature with my dog. Comment down below if anybody can relate to that. These trees behind me usually have super pretty leaves, but they've just fallen off for winter. I just passed some people. They're pretty nice. When I pass people, I just pull Tuck off to the side and they let me know that there's actually a couple dogs up ahead. Tuck is actually a rather peaceful dog. He's really nice. He loves to play. And not every dog takes it the right way because Tuck has a lot of energy. There's a little bridge there, and then I know there's another bridge up ahead. But some information about this trail. I believe this trail is rather common for horseback riding, dirt bikes, and even just mountain biking. I've seen proof of horses, and then here is some proof of dirt bikes or some other motorized vehicle. We are almost to a mile in. My watch says 0.85. I'll update you when we get there. We are now high enough to where we are seeing snow. We're seeing snow again. There's snow down there, snow right here. Let's see what happens if we take some snow. Tuck, come here, bud. Hey, and throw it at him. Oh, he ate it. I'm pretty sure I have felt the temperature drop a few degrees. It's starting to get a little bit chilly. I'm not even wearing my big green jacket today. It's in my car. But we're already so far in, I'm not going back for it. Just gonna have to breathe, get used to it. Speaking of the cold, I heard of this really cool guy named Wim Hof. He's known as the Iceman. I saw him on a Yes Theory video, and it's incredible what they were able to do under his guidance. These guys hiked a mountain in their underwear, basically their underwear. It looked more like swimwear. It was still crazy. My hands, after just a little bit of cold, started going numb or purple. I don't know if that's a medical condition or if it's just something I'm not doing right. But either way, that climbing a mountain in little to no clothes with snow up to your hip and maybe even more, that's just crazy to me. At just about 1 mile in, there is this really beautiful bridge. I took a cool photo of Tuck here a little while ago, and pretty much here and then a little bit past, that's all I've done. We've got another 1.5 miles actually, and then 2.5 back out. Whoa. You ready? All right, let's go. I'm joking. Gotta come back and get the camera. Whoa, you see him skid? Oh, this is my first time using this microphone with my camera. And I hope it sounds amazing, just as good as it does on the GoPro, because this DJI mic sounds so good on the GoPro. When I plugged it into my laptop, it did not. And it's probably just settings that I need to like reconfigure, but I'm really hoping that I can just plug and play like I did on the GoPro with my camera. Because this is the Canon R 105 millimeters. You thought that was gonna be dramatic? Yeah, I did too, but I just can't stay dramatic, can't stay serious right now. So all the montages will probably just be short little bursts of cinematic. Okay, let's go. Story time to keep you guys entertained. I am lactose intolerant a little bit. Not the worst, but it like makes my stomach feel like it's being grabbed. Last night, we're hanging out with friends and we're like, all right, let's get some pizza, you know? So I take a couple dairy pills, down some pizza, and then I don't drink pop anymore. I'm just not like, growing up, I loved pop or soda. But over the last 10 years, I have just cut myself off from soda and pop completely until the last 2 years since I've been married. And since then, I've gotten like pop every once in a while, like maybe once every 4, 5, 6 months, you know? But last night, our friends were like, we have drink mixes, let's make some drinks. And we went all out. And now, today on the hike, my stomach's like, you messed up. You not only did you have dairy, but you had tons and tons of pop. And that's just, okay, now this is intriguing. I didn't think we were gonna get to like a peak or anything where we can see over the valley, but right there doesn't look like, it looks like a peak. Like we're gonna see this awesome view. Oh, I'm excited, let's move faster. Look at all this, right? All of this, all of these trees. And then you turn around, this ends. Oh, this is the closest I've been to these mountain tips. Whoa. This is so cool. Wow. I've never been here before. Okay. But that looks like it's gonna be a really cool picture. So let's take a picture. Quick update. I tried to stop and take pictures. My camera did not want to connect to my phone so that I could wirelessly trigger it. And I wasted a bunch of time sitting there waiting. So it is now 3-ish o'clock and sunset is in 2 hours. So I need to get my butt on the road and get to the end of this so that I can turn around and get out before dark because I'm already freezing. So my recommendation is if you're going to hike this, make sure you are doing it midday or morning or in the summer. When it starts to become winter here in Idaho, the wind picks up. The wind is the worst part about the winter here in Southeast Idaho because Southeast Idaho is kind of a desert. And so the wind is not moist and warm and wonderful. The wind is harsh, cold and cutting. I'm gonna get my butt going, try and warm up. I'll update you periodically. We are now more than 2 miles in, and on the map, we're actually coming up on a lake, like a little tiny lake. And I'm rather excited for it. Other people that have done the hike, they leave reviews and pictures, and some of the pictures have a lake, and I've never gone back far enough to get to the lake. There's a sign here that has Scout Mountain Campground, and then East Mink Trail. But there's a trail that goes that way, trail that goes that way, and that way. This is where we came from, so we just need to remember there's birch trees or aspen trees, whatever you want to call it, to the left, because this one they're to the right and this one they're all over. So to the left, birch trees, that's the way back, and I need to figure out which way I'm supposed to be going. I think it's just straight ahead. I think it's just keep going straight. So let's see. Yeah, it's just straight ahead. Kind of broke a little. No, buddy, leave it. Leave it, not clean. Wow. Look at that lake. That's cool. That's really cool. I feel like this right here is gonna be a really good view. Can you see those mountains in the back? And look at how close we are to that mountain as well. We're just going around it. There's not too much more until we get to the end of the 5 miles. I believe it's actually 5.4 miles. And by that, I don't mean I've hiked 5 miles. I mean, it's the 5.4 in and out. So it's only 2.7 miles in and then out. So easy dub. Almost there. Whoa. This is pretty much the end. This giant tree in the middle of all of this. Just a giant tree. It's huge. Way bigger than all the ones surrounding it. Well, this giant tree is the point. This is the mark for the 5.4 mile hike. That is 2.88 miles in, and we got to go the rest back out. Wonderful. This is really cool. Cool tree. I did it. That's the end. So now I've just got to hike back out. When it comes to hikes that go all the way around something, I will record every last bit of it. But when it's an in and out, I'm only going to record the way in. That's my current mentality. If that changes, it changes. But as of now, that's how it's going to be. So I'll put a screenshot at the end of how long it took me, all the details, all the calories, everything, because we are at the end. This tree marks the end. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next Idaho Trailheads.